So this is a real privilege and an honor to be here, especially since I just got invited. And I love Bernice Fly Girl, so I'm really sorry that you are missing her today. But if you get a chance, you have to seek her out. She's wonderful. But I thank her for the opportunity to be here. So let me give you a little bit of background about me. I know you've read the bio and everything else, but just to summarize. Me llamo Theresa Alfaro Daytner. I know, I look a little Irish, right? But because it doesn't show, I kind of have to get that out there because it's so much of who I am that really ties in with this idea of lively and sassy. Yo soy una Latina. Okay, so let's just get that out there. So, I have 6 children, including 1 stepdaughter and a pair of twins. There are 4 girls, 2 boys. I have 1 granddaughter who's 3, and we have another somebody coming in May, boy, girl. Boy, have I had some experiences. My parents lived with us for a while. They were sick, we cared for them. Ironically, it was at about the same time that I had lots of little kids in the house. So I think it is true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger or crazier. Well, what I want to talk to you about today is something that's really helped me survive through some of the toughest challenges I never thought I would experience. And it's this idea of core values and walking the talk. Because very often, we will state what our core values are. Okay, what's most important to us. And a lot of times it's very packaged. It's kind of like what we think we should be saying. So I might say, my core values are, what are my priorities? My family, my health, my income, stability. That's what we say. Then, there's what we do with our time. How are we honoring what we're saying are our core values? Are we walking the talk? And I find that this isn't static. The core values, a few of them stay the same, but they frequently change as appropriate depending on our stages and situations in life. But what doesn't change is the fact that oftentimes we have to keep checking in. So if I've just said all those things are important, and I'm spending 4 hours a day on social media, detached from what I say is important to me, there's a real problem here. We have to have either people around us or be willing to question ourselves to call bullshit. We have to be willing to say, gee, let me take a little inventory here. This is what I'm saying is important, and this is where I'm spending my time, and they're not really aligning. That one key thing that I've continuously asked myself and checked in. I'm saying this is important, and yet I'm doing this. I have to do that almost daily, to tell you the truth. I mean, living with me is like a 3-ring circus. It's pretty crazy. And it changes as appropriate. I mean, there are days when it's really important. I've got to establish my business and my livelihood, and I'm not going to see my kids for 3 days. I got news for you. I don't cry over that. I own the choice. I own it. But I also like to take a month during the summer to just unplug and hang out with my kids. And that's a priority. So it's not consistent. You see, it changes as appropriate. And usually we know, even if we're lying to ourselves, even if we're lying to other people, we know, because you get that feeling. You know that gut feeling? It's like, well, I really want to do that, but I have to do this. You know that feeling that you get? That feeling usually means you are not walking the talk, you are incongruent. And so you have to, and you really want to know the truth, ask the people around you. I'll tell you what, you talk about some really good bullshit detectors, ask your kids. Ask my kids, what does your mother hold the most important? Well, they'd probably say, she really thinks it's important to have a messy car. She really thinks it's important to go on a trip and not unpack the suitcase for about 2 months. That's a high priority for her. I mean, really, ask the people that are going to tell you the truth. Because we need to hear it. We really do need to hear it. So one of the guiding lights in my helping to assess, am I walking the talk, and set priorities, has really been someone who's been a mentor to me, who I never met, and he never knew me. When I was 17, my mother handed me a paperback, and it was called Seeds of Greatness by Dennis Waitley. And there was a nugget in that book. I mean, it was all very interesting to me, but there was one nugget and one person's story that stood out to me, and it was Viktor Frankl. This man had some street cred, okay? He was a Holocaust survivor. And basically, what it boiled down to, in essence, was after all that he had been through and all that he had survived, I mean, come on, people, everything was taken from him. Everything, tangible and intangible. The worst possible situation any one of us could even imagine. And he said, one thing was mine and they could not have it. They couldn't touch it. I wasn't going to let them. One thing. And that was how he chose to respond. How he chose to respond. So let's go back to talking about this idea of what we say. Is that me? What we say are our core values and how we behave, where we spend our time. Really? We don't have a choice? Really? We don't have a choice about where we're spending our time and how we're spending it? Really? Not according to Viktor Frankl. And let me tell you, the guy definitely, I mentioned it, you know, he's got credibility. He's been in that situation where you don't have freedom. Your family's been taken from you. Your dignity. Your faith in the world you thought you knew. We have a choice. So I'm going to propose to you that this one question is going to help you cut through all of that. So all those things that you say you don't have time for. I don't have time to make a healthy meal. I don't have time to walk every day. I don't have time to read to my kids at night. I don't have time to spend hours just casually with my friends. I don't have time to go on a date with my husband. All of those things that you currently find yourself saying, it's important to me, but I don't have time. Instead, I want you to say, it's not a priority. See how that feels. I don't have time to invest in my relationship with my husband. Really? You don't have time? How many times have we seen relationships with a spouse, with a friend, with a child? How many times do we see them fall apart? And I will submit to you that I think it's because we haven't made it a priority. Not because we don't have time. We're not making the time for it. So in my busy, crazy, hectic life, I don't always get it right. And like I said, the people around me will tell you that. They will tell you right away. They will tell me right away. I'll tell you, that's been one of the best things of having all these kids. They keep me humble. Oh, so Mom, you met the president? Well, guess what? You're still just my mom. And I need a ride to the mall. So I think really this has been one idea, and I thought about the spirit of TED, ideas worth spreading. If there's one thing that I could share with you that's helped me to keep checking my pulse in terms of am I walking the talk, and being honest with myself and making sure that I'm not so stuck in denial that all of it is beating me up. I'm not moving forward, and that is think about what you're saying is important to you and your core values. Take an inventory of what you're honoring, where you're spending your time. If they don't match, it may be appropriate. Maybe you need to remove it from your core values list. Okay? I have piles of dirty laundry. It's not a priority. Maybe I just take it off the list. But if you at least come out of denial and you're aware of this, she liked that one. I know how your laundry room looks. But if you can do just that one thing and really change your thinking and your speech and your language around it from not a priority, from I don't have time to it's not a priority, see if you don't change your actions when you feel the sting. Thank you.